Okay, Eric, you've been a client of mine for over 2 years. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what the situation was before you met me?
Well, Keith, my situation when I started my company, I was really good at delivering training and development programs. But what I soon found is that I wasn't getting consistent sales results. So I had some clients I was working with, but my cash flow was really up and down, and that was very frustrating. And I didn't, tried different answers, solutions, and nothing was really working.
Okay, one of the things we did was set a target. What are some of the targets that you set for yourself?
Well, one of the things that we wanted to look at was kind of what was my financial objective, what kind of income did I need to create, and then kind of what it was going to take to get there to make that happen. So we kind of set some financial goals and then started developing a plan from there.
Okay, well, what about activities? What kind of activities did we do with you?
Well, one of the first things that you did when you started working with me was really kind of get to know who I was. We spent a lot of time having a lot of conversation to kind of learn what really drives me, what really motivates me, what are my values, what are my beliefs. And then from there, we started doing some private coaching. He kind of took me through an elevation process to help me to kind of get up to speed on the process that you go through. Then I started attending the class that you do on a weekly basis, which has had an incredible impact on my performance and on being able to execute on the behaviors that you set out in the action plan.
Okay, tell me a little bit more. Go drill down a little bit and tell me a little bit about the activities that go into a 3-hour class that you attended.
Well, one of the benefits I think in the class, in terms of breaking it down, is we really look at what's working and what's not working, which is, for me, being the business owner, I don't really have anybody to be accountable to, so it's really nice to have that time to look at, during the last week, what were the things that I did that worked, that created the results I wanted, what were the things that weren't working, and then doing some just live coaching right there to determine what improvements can I make the next week to kind of make some adjustments along the way so I can be really agile and quick in a competitive marketplace to make the changes necessary to create results. And then later on in the class, looking at some specific aspect of your 12-element system in terms of getting those results and really going deep into that.
Well, give me an example of one of the elements.
Well, for example, like determining what kind of prospecting channels really that I'm going to need to create the results that I want.
Okay.
So using the marketing and prospecting plan, kind of really developing that out. Where do I need to prospect? And then again, evaluating which aspects of those prospecting channels are working. Where do I need to make changes? And like that, by going deeper into that.
Okay. All right.
And the role plays, that's the last part of the class that didn't really like doing the role plays at first because it's kind of intimidating, when I wasn't familiar. But what I found is that I was amazed that once I started getting into sales meetings that the value of the role play, it became very clear when I was meeting with a client. Things just kind of rolled right out. I knew what questions to ask. I knew how to follow up. And because of the role play, I was able to really pay attention to what the client really was needing and how they were responding to my questions, so I really understood the problems.
Okay, after the activities came your results. What kind of results have you had to date?
Well, I'm still kind of working toward the ultimate goal that I've got in my business, but I've more than doubled my sales within the first year and a half of working with you.
Sure.
And I saw immediate results very quickly in terms of being able to manage my time a lot more effectively, manage a sales meeting, and start getting consistent results. But I'm thrilled where I'm at in the process.
Well, if somebody was watching this video and they ask, was it worth it? Did I get a return on my investment? What would you say?
It's worth every penny. I would totally do it over again. And I'm excited about eventually getting into the owner's program as well and really trying to create long-term growth for my company.
Excellent.